As well as gentlemen, Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone arena action. We've got a positive attitude, a good new Druid deck, and a nice start to this arena. Let's see what we can do. So the Blizzard BattleNet update just finished. Alas, no changes to Hearthstone. I guess they're going to hold off on those. So the open beta in December. So that means we're stuck with 8 mana Mind Control and 2 health Starving Buzzards and Unleash the Hounds until then. We don't know what time in December they're going to update the game. Hopefully it's soon. I really would like everyone to get into the open beta finally. That would be nice. Alright, here we're up against a Paladin, Rudan, the man. Pretty easy mulligan decisions here. We're going to obviously send back this 8-man dude. And we'll keep the early game removal and this 3-drop. Unfortunately, I may end up having to waste him. Or at least waste the battle cry. The nice thing, though, is if my opponent has a slow... God, I hate this card. If my opponent has a slow start, I can just use my hero ability to counter his until my other stuff comes online. And if he has a fast start, I can go ahead and claw the dickens out of his stuff. We'll see what he's got here. Hopefully it's a 2-toughness creature. It is. Great. That is going to get clawed. Man, I really don't like Savage Roar. I do not want to play an Ooze against a Paladin earlier than I have to. Simply because, let me turn my volume down just a bit here. Simply because Paladins, if they saw a True Silver Champion anywhere in their draft, they almost certainly took it. Pretty much the only card you would take over True Silver Champion is Consecration. So if they saw it, they took it. If they took it, they're probably going to draw it. And so I don't want to drop the Ooze early and pass up the chance to burn out one of their weapon durabilities. Alright, so he's got the Panther there. That will probably trade with my Farseer. Swipe, unfortunately, doesn't quite kill this Panther. The Kodo, of course, is a turn too early. Bummer. Well, here's what we'll do. I'm going to just hero up, kill off this Recruit, and swing for 3. So we'll see what he wants to do with this Jungle Panther. Being a Paladin, he could very well buff it, say, with Blessing of Kings, making it an 8/6, which would kind of suck. But if he uses it to kill the Farseer, then Swipe will finish it off, so I'll be alright. Uh-oh. What is this gonna be, buddy? Is it a weapon? Is it Blessing of Kings? I smell something good. Oh, it's a different card now. Ah, Divine Shield. That's actually probably even worse. Oh my god, I'm actually more annoyed by that. Because it puts another creature on the board while also killing mine. I wouldn't have minded if he True Silver Champion or whatever, but this is just a pain in the old ass. Well, Swipe unfortunately doesn't quite do the job. I'd have to use Swipe and Claw if I wanted to clear out the board. Is that worth doing? I could play Kodo, but it might just whiff and hit the Recruit. Ah, then I'm leaving 2 of his creatures on the board. You know what? Let's just take it steady. I'm just gonna go ahead and Swipe here. I wish I had an extra mana for my hero ability to finish this off, but I'm not going to get greedy for card advantage. Let's just go ahead and kill this thing off. So I'd say my opponent comes out ahead here. Notice he's got 6 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, and the reason for that is that, well, first of all, he was second, so he's a card ahead, but the reason he's 2 cards ahead is because the Divine Shield killed one of my creatures, and I got nothing for it. So he's going to swing at me, which ordinarily I would say is not a good move, but that does mean he deals 4 free damage and heals up for 2 before I destroy his weapon. So smart on him. What I'm going to do here is play the Questing Adventure, get that started. It is, of course, possible that he'll have another True Silver Champion or a Hammer of Wrath to kill this off in its nascent stages, but trying to save it until the point where I could get it up to 5 right away is a little bit tough, so I'm just going to throw the dice and see what happens.
Let me think.
Not off to a great start here against the Paladin, that's for sure, but hopefully we'll draw into some of our endgame creatures and get some good luck in the second half of this game. He does have another True Silver Champion. God damn it. Well, there's not much I can do about this, unfortunately. He's going to get to kill off both my creatures here. He's hitting me. Wow. That is all the way aggressive. I don't know if it's a mistake. I mean, in this day and age, I don't even know. what's right and what's wrong anymore, but I think not killing your opponent's questing adventurer with the True Silver Champion when you have the chance is a pretty big mistake. Now, even if he had killed it, I still would have been alright, because I got this Shield Bearer here, which is a pretty good way of sucking up durability off the True Silver Champion. Consecration, well, that'll kill my Ooze. Doesn't kill my my Shield Bearer, though. So I think I should be okay here. Unless he has removal for this as well, like a Charging Murloc, let's say. Then he could kill the questing adventure before it's too late. Ah, he's gonna peacekeep it. Well, it doesn't really solve the problem, I would say, because it's not silenced, so as long as I keep playing cards, it's still gonna get more attack power. He didn't lower it to 1, I would say he lowered it by 4, so this will always have 4 less attack power than it could have. Alright, well here it's very easy for me. I need to kill that Peacekeeper off to stop it from breaking my Shield Bearer, to force him to use the True Silver Champion on it. And there's a couple ways I could do that. I could, of course, play Savage Roar, and then the Questing Adventurer would get buffed up to the point where it could kill this thing. I could also use this guy plus Hero ability, but I'd like to play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul down here. And then that way, it'll start to grow once this thing dies. So do I use Savage Roar or do I use the Keeper of the Grove? Well, let's go ahead and use... I can actually get this down to 1 health, and then use Hero ability to finish it off. Then I don't even need to use Savage Roar. I think I'll do that.
Quest accepted.
So yeah, we'll do this. Hero ability, this. I would like to preserve the Kodo on the board if I can. That's why I didn't use it just to trade. I'm gonna hang on to my other 2 cards. Okay, so now I've got a pretty decent board. A bit vulnerable to Consecration here, a second one. He's already played 2 True Silver Champions and a Consecration, so he's a lucky-ass dog if he has another Consecration incoming. So I would finish off the Questing Adventurer, and it would also clear out the Shield Bearer, so it would allow him to kill off my Ghoul before it gets too big. One thing I maybe should have considered is, could I have won that turn? What would I have had? I could have done like, I could have done a lot of damage that turn. I could have dealt like, let's see, the Savage Roar plus this guy would have been at 4, 6, so like 6 plus 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I couldn't have won. Because he's at 19 now after I hit him the previous turn. Okay, so let's think. I don't want to play this and Savage Roar because then the Questing Adventurer actually get healed up. But I don't want to use this anyway because it would damage the Gorobashi Berserker and make it all big. I want to check for the win right now is the thing. So I can play this for 2 damage. I got 5 creatures stacking, so this is actually 10 damage. And yeah, that's actually enough to kill him.
I must safeguard.
Unless I have really bad arithmetic. So here's, I guess Savage Roar is kind of like a Druid Bloodlust sort of a thing.
Quest accepted.
Yeah, Bloodlust gives everything. Maybe, you know what? I've never thought of the card that way before. Maybe I should reevaluate it like that. Because I keep trying to use Savage Roar as like a kind of removal spell, which it's not super great for, and neither is Bloodlust. But Savage Roar gives all your creatures +2 for 3 mana. Bloodlust gives all your characters, well, all your creatures, not your characters, not your hero, but all your all your minions +3. But for it's 2 extra mana for that though. Now the Savage Roar gives 2 damage to your opponent. So you need to have at least 3 creatures on the board for Bloodlust to be better. Yeah, I think I did my math correctly. You need to have at least 3 creatures on the board for Bloodlust to be better than Savage Roar. But as long as you have 2 or less, Savage Roar is actually as much damage as Bloodlust is. Alright, well, we have a curve here against Lambo the Hunter. Hunters are a tricky class to deal with oozes, because on the one hand, you don't really want to forgo playing a 3-2 on turn 2, but on the other hand, they might have a weapon. There's a rare and an epic weapon for hunters, but then again, maybe they never saw it in their draft. I think probably the mathematically correct thing is not to hold back the ooze. I think the board presence is more valuable.
Greetings, traveler. My greeting.
He's got a coin here, so let's see what it is. Buzzard. Well, that makes my life a little bit easy. And I notice after the nerf, this would be a 2-1. I could just kill it. Now, of course, in that case, he wouldn't have probably played the Buzzard in front of the Druid, but that would be its own kind of benefit then. If he couldn't have played the Buzzard in front of the Druid, then he wouldn't be able to draw cards now off of it by playing Beasts. Oh, please don't be a secret. Oh, I'm going to be so mad if that's a secret. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So if that were a secret, then that would mean that he potentially has Snake Trap and is about to get the cards. Alright, swipe I can't do yet, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and drop the Flesh Eating Ghoul. And I'm actually going to take a little bit of a ballsy play. I'm actually going to kill off this hyena here. So the reason I'm killing off the hyena is that I'm just gambling this being an arena deck. I'm gambling it doesn't have that many more beasts to play, or hopefully none. And I don't want to kill off the buzzard, have the hyena grow to a 4/3, and then have to trade my Flesh Eating Ghoul against it. It's got a kill command for my ghoul, which is a bit sad, but no more cards off of the buzzard at least, so that's something. Power of the Wild. I could swipe to kill this off, but I think I'd rather establish some board presence here. We'll make a Panther, hero ability, and I'm going to do something I don't normally like to do, but I'm actually going to hit this buzzard. And the reason for that is I'm not taking that much damage. I'm at full health here at the moment. And if this is still around next turn, I would like to be able to hero ability to finish off, or at least I would like for swipe to be able to finish it off, because there's no guarantee that I'm going to get a 5-drop. My curve is a bit awkward here. He has that, which is extremely irritating. Interestingly, he's going to hit me in the face, though. I guess that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and do the trade. So this is interesting. The Wild Pyromancer plus swipe would actually deal 2 damage to all of my opponent's minions. Sadly, he only has 3 health creatures, and I don't have enough mana to do it anyways. We'll do this. We'll do the trade. We'll do this. Hero up. And in this case, I'm obviously not going to hit this Houndmaster. That would be silly. We will just swing at my opponent's face here. So my opponent comes out a little bit ahead because he got the card draw off the hyena, and I wasn't able to get any value out of my ghoul. My ghoul only took 1 card, essentially. Oh, he's coming even further ahead. Ah, Jesus. He just keeps having these value cards. So at this point, what I could do is swipe Claw and kill everything, or swipe Hero Ability and kill everything. Or I could play the Boulder Fist Ogre and hope for the best. Well, if I play Boulder Fist Ogre and he's a Deadly Shot, I just lose the game. If he doesn't have a Deadly Shot, meh. I mean, this isn't getting any better. It's always gonna lose to a Deadly Shot. But I might as well kill his stuff off first, I think. Ah, man. Yeah, let's kill his stuff. We'll hang on to the Claw. In case I need to deal 2 damage to something later on. Not a super big fan of being at 19 health versus a Hunter, but then again, if I use my hero ability, I gain a life each turn, so it makes it take longer for him to steady shot me to death. I hate the fact that I didn't get any creatures to survive, because it sucks playing a Boulder Fist Ogre against a Hunter or any other big creature and just knowing I might get deadly shotted for 3 mana. Stampeding Coda doesn't really do the job, unfortunately, so we'll just put that guy down. And pray, basically. Because Deadly Shot is only 3 mana, so he still have 4 mana left over to put more on the board. This Ironbark Protector would start to get outclassed. Because he's got 4 free damage here. He'd only need to deal 4 more damage to the Ironbark, and that's if he doesn't even have another Deadly Shot for it. Well, I think it's just the point where now if he has 2 Deadly Shots, I'm going to lose. It's just life. I did the best I could this game, he just had the better deck. Alright, what does he have for the Animal Companion? He has the Charging one, of course. He has the Charging one. And of course he has the Houndmaster. Did he have to get the Charging one? God damn it. Oh my lord. Oh, he's going for the throat, which I can't really blame him for. I mean, I'm pretty much dead here. Yeah, we're gonna have to play the Ironbark Protector and just hope and pray. What's interesting is that he can actually kill this really easily. He just needs the Divine Shield plus the Houndmaster and he's good to go. Or a Silence would also win the game for him. I don't know if he's giving me a well played because that was like a well played Ironbark Protector, or if he's just because he's about to win. We'll see. Had I played Claw earlier instead of Hero Ability, I'd have 1 extra hit point right now.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay. He has Kill Command. Oh, that actually made a huge difference. Fuck my life. Oh, well, this is just one of those games. I don't think I could have done anything. So I can kill the Sunwalker, of course. Well, let's draw a card here. I don't think I have any outs anymore, but we'll see. It's worth checking. Earthen Ring Farseer. Nope, doesn't do it. I'd be at 6, 7. You're such a fucking asshole. I'm not going to give him a well played. Do not well played on your opponent's turn. when you're pretty sure you're about to win, because then you are a douchebag. Alright, well, Lambo the Hunter, I hope I see him again sometime so I can crush him. Dick face. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. So here's like, you know, 5-year-old etiquette 101. You say well played when you actually killed your opponent. Saying it prematurely, implying that you're pretty sure you're about to win, is a douchebag move. Now you have to be kind of careful because sometimes, you know, you can make an emote that like is well played, like oh, like that was a legitimately cool play. However, playing a Cult Master and then killing off the taunt is like not a well played thing. That's just you being a dick, clearly. Brain the Paladin. I believe this is a different Paladin than the one that we saw last time. We start with a Wild Growth. That is very, very nice. Not so nice that I'm gonna like, you know, keep this Wind Fury Harpy, but Wild Growth is a really solid card, I'm noticing. So if you're first, it puts you 2 ahead on mana each turn, which is kind of gigantic. Granted, you're going a card down. So you're like 3 cards down against your opponent then. They have the card they started with, plus you spent the Wild Growth, plus they have the coin. So it's a bit scary. I think maybe I prefer it when I'm second player. Because if you play it on turn 1, you use your coin and you use it. So it's kind of like you're the first player that game, but your opponent didn't get the coin. So it's really, really good in that case. Alright, my opponent's got off to a slow start, which is fine by me. Let's go ahead and Wild Growth. This does mean I'll be able to play the Sen'jin next turn, which is kind of sweet. Although if he plays a creature with 2 toughness, I will play the Keeper of the Grove here and just pop that sucker off. Swipe is good against Paladins. It incidentally kills off any reinforcements that he may have made, which is obviously nice.
Reporting for duty.
So, Innervate doesn't really help me here, unfortunately. I mean, I could actually play the Sen'jin and the Wild Pyromancer. Is that worth going down another card? I don't think it is, actually. I think I'll hold on to it. So, we'll play the Sen'jin here. There is a risk with this play. And the risk with this play is that if my opponent has Choose Over Champion or Blessing of Kings, the Recruit will actually be able to kill the Sen'jin, whereas if I had played the Keeper of the Grove and popped it, he wouldn't have been able to do that. Oh man, coin's coming down, and it is Twilight Drake. Well, that's totally fine. That I am okay with. I will not complain about a Twilight Drake. So now I can actually silence this thing. And then with Innervate... Oh, there's no way to get it to work, is there? Ah, crap, there's just no way. I was trying to see if I could, like, silence it, then have this in play, and then Innervate, but I can't quite do it. So I'm going to silence it, though. I think that seems pretty straightforward. So, now I can't finish it off, sadly, unless I Innervate for hero ability. Actually, that's worth it. That is totally worth it. So the reason it's worth it to Innervate right here is that by doing so, I preserve my Sen'jin Shieldmaster. So it's not card disadvantage to play Innervate there. I'm set to lose this anyway, so I might as well, you know, lose the Innervate rather than losing my 3/4 with taunt. So that was a good move, I think. So now I have the Wild Pyromancer plus Swipe. It's not as good as spell damage plus Swipe, because it hurts your own minions too, but this will deal 2 damage to everything for 6 mana, and then 5 damage to one other thing, which is pretty strong.
Let me think.
It's kind of like a Consecration on crack at that point. Chillwind Yeti. That might actually be worth a swipe. I could also use Savage Roar here, trade the Sen'jin for the Chillwind Yeti, and then also do, you know, 4 extra damage while I'm at it. An option, for sure. Using my removal here, like I could play Wild Pyromancer. Let's see, I could actually play Wild Pyromancer Claw. It's 1 damage, 2, 3 damage, 4 damage. Nope, not quite enough. I could do this and swipe. Kill off the Chillwind Yeti, take my guys down to 3 health, which is fine, because that's still above Consecration and have more board presence that way. I'm actually going to do that. It's not the greatest using Swipe just to kill 1 creature, especially against a Paladin. However, the reason I like that move is it just keeps me with the board presence here. And Consecration doesn't quite get the job done. And I've got some more removal of a sort in my back pocket that I could use. One thing I have to remember, though, is once I cast one of these spells, the Wild Pyromancer is going to kick it, so I have to use him for something first. Can I win? What have I got? 6, 8 damage, 8 plus another 8 from Savage Roar is 16, 17, 18, 19. No, I can't win just yet. Especially because actually I don't get the Savage Roar on this because this will die. Right, I gotta remember that. Alright, he's gonna do that, so he gets more card advantage. So this is definitely a little bit scary because he's got crazy card advantage against me at the moment. I cannot cast my spells, which is a bit sad, because I would like to. Alright, so now let's do another check. This guy will hit for 3, then I'm going to do Savage Roar, let's say, for 7, 11, 13. Claw is 15, hero ability is 16. Yeah, I technically win if he lets everything alone, which is not super likely, but not impossible either. He does have 8 cards here, so it likely has some sort of answer to something or other. A taunt would stop my plans. Removal would stop my plans. That does not stop my plans. That also does not stop my plans. Oh, interesting. I think I'm actually going to get to win. Well, that's cool. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and... This is 3, 5, 6. Yeah, so we're just going to swing here. Then we play Savage Roar before attacking with our other creatures. Then we play Claw. Then we play Hero Ability, just in case I did my math wrong. I did not do my math wrong, and wow, so yeah, it's, I don't know how this escaped me earlier, but Savage Roar is like the Druid's version of Bloodlust. In that situation, with me having 2 creatures on the board, it was exactly as good as Bloodlust. With, I mean, damage-wise. It was exactly as good as Bloodlust with, you know, only costing 3 mana rather than 5, which is kind of nifty. Now, the main disadvantage, of course, is context. So, Shamans have a hero ability that puts creatures on the board that makes a card like Bloodlust better. Druid's hero ability obviously doesn't put anything on the board, so it makes Savage Roar or a similar type of effect worse, but as you can see, it's pretty good in that situation. I had just a few creatures on the board, and I was able to deal 15 damage, which is half of my opponent's health in one go, thanks to basically one card. Worth it. Alright, well, I'm not going to keep Savage Roar in my opening hand, that's a fact. This is actually all stuff I'd like to see later. Good thing I'm going second for 2 reasons. Number 1, I'm up against a rogue. You don't want rogues to have coins because of combo. Number 2, I get to mulligan more. So that was actually a nice mulligan. So again, as I've talked about before, the second player has an extra card and the coin. So if you use the extra card, the Wild Growth, and the coin, it's essentially as if you are the first player in the game, because now my opponent's going to have her 2 mana turn, and I will have my 3 mana turn first. So the first player normally has each given mana count come up first for him or her. I'm going to have it come up, I as a second player, I'm going to have it come up first for me. So the nice thing about this is that my opponent doesn't have the coin, which is what she would normally get for going second. Okay, well, the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is tempting here, but what I'm actually going to do is throw out the Farseer, because this is, you know, my less good creature. So I would rather have it die than the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. Now, you might have said, well, Boris, why not play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul and then try to play the Shield Master and then try to hide this behind the Shield Master? And the answer is, I'm up against a rogue. The odds of me getting to, like, keep everything on anything on the board are just so tiny, I'm not even going to bother. Wow, does my opponent not have a backstab or any other removal? Blessed be the heavens. Well, here, I have some options. I mean, I could, of course... So notice what my opponent did. It was very clever hitting this with the dagger, because if this were at 3 health, I could attack into this twice and finish it off. Instead, I can kill off the boar, but I can't kill off the Razorfin Hunter. Now, what I could do here is I could actually play like Flesh-Eating Ghoul, kill this, then attack into this, then use Claw to finish it off. And, sucks a little bit because I used 2 creatures, the Claw and the Thrallmore Farseer, to essentially deal with 1 card. Now, once, it's been pointed out to me that once a creature's on the board, you don't really want to count, you know, what cards it came from, but it's just to kind of give you a log of how the game is going. It wouldn't be the greatest. However, what I'm going to do instead is actually play the Senjin, and I'm going to leave this Razorfin Hunter be. The reason for that is quite simply, my opponent didn't have removal for this creature. Anytime a rogue doesn't have removal on turn 3, it's reasonable she's not going to have removal on turn 4 either, just because rogues have so much cheap removal. If she didn't have it for this creature, and she clearly would have used it if she had it, then I suspect she doesn't have removal for the Senjin either. Now, she could have like a sap or something that she didn't want to use on this, that she will use on the Senjin, which is also not the end of the world, because then, you know, the Razorfin Hunter will go down to 1 health killing this off, and then I'll be able to finish off with my hero ability. Ah, well, that was a very good answer for my creature. Fair deal, sir, fair deal. Let's go ahead and play Flesh-Eating Ghoul. I think now is the time to do this. We will kill off the thing that has more health. And I'm going to play Claw. rather than play the Ooze, because I would like to get rid of this creature. I don't want to getting buffed by a Shattered Sun Cleric or any of that nonsense. We've got board advantage here. Bit tricky for rogues to deal with this, again, especially if she didn't have any of her removal on turn 3 when I played the Farseer, and she had to resort to an Dwarven Forge Rifleman to finish it off. Like, she doesn't have any of her rogue spells here. I think these creatures actually are much safer than they normally have any right to be against a rogue. And I've got a pretty good play coming up. I got the Chillwind Yeti, hero ability, up next. If she plays big stuff, I could even play the Callmaster, trade these in for cards. Not what I really want to do just yet, though. I'd rather just, you know, put more fat onto the board. She's got 6 cards to my 5.
Your magic.
I'm just going to silence that. Yeah, she just doesn't have any removal. I'm very curious. Keeper of the Grove. With that, I can actually keep this thing, or kill this thing without having to use a creature, without having to lose my Sen'jin. Of course, I could play the Cult Master, kill it that way, but the Cult Master's a bit vulnerable. Let's go ahead and just play the Keeper. So it's important to put the Keeper, I think, on the outside here, so that the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is in the middle. Keep your weakest hitting creature in the middle. So we'll do this for 2 damage. We'll take 4 damage to the face. Swing, and we're going to swing. So now with Betrayal, she can only kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. She can't kill any of my other 2 creatures here. And I can play the Chillwind Yeti. We're also coming up to the point where obviously at 6 mana, like if I draw my Ironbark Protector, or my Boulder Fist Ogre, or my Wind Fury Harpy, I will not mind. At all. Fan of Knives. Well, it's not immediately scary, but potentially now Betrayal could kill something off. SI Agent. Well, it's a pretty good play. So notice here how these are both 2 power creatures, so without using hero ability, I can't actually finish that off. So I can play the Cult Master, run both these guys in, get 2 cards, have 3 mana left over to either play the Crocolisk or a 3-drop that I found, or I can use hero ability, throw away my Ghoul, and play the Chillwind. I like this a lot better. Yeah, let's do this. I have enough health that I'm not too bothered. So my opponent has 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6, and I've got the board advantage, so of course a good play here will catch her up. But if she's holding on to good rogue cards that are not good when you're behind, like Sprint or Assassin's Blade, then she could be in a lot of trouble here. Chillwind Yeti is also tricky for rogues to kill. Eviscerate doesn't quite deal enough damage. Alright. That was actually very good for me. I think what she wanted was for 1 to hit the Chillwind Yeti so an Eviscerate could finish it off. She's going to do that. Finish it off the long way. With the dagger, I presume.
I can wait and finish all
That Pagel. Well, it whiffed. It only has a 25% chance at the moment. Sadly, I have to respect this somewhat. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just kill it. And we're going to use hero ability because might as well take the creature off the board. Don't want to play the Cult Master just yet. Don't really want to bust this dagger. I don't really see the point of that. We'll just play around Betrayal, putting our weakest hitting creature in the middle. We'll pass the turn here. I don't want to kill this 1/1 dagger. There's a chance that an Assassin's Blade or a Deadly Poison will be incoming. In that case, I'd like to ooze that.
Get in there and fight, man.
So because I didn't kill this, it'll now get to trade against the Yeti. That's quite sad. Definitely. There's the Assassin's Blade. Perfect. Oh my god, Assassin's Blade with Deadly Poison is getting oozed. So this ooze is a 2-for-1. Well, not quite, because she gets to kill a creature. But yeah. That is pretty solid, and I will accept that gift kindly. Now here, if I were a douchebag, I would say thank you, but I'm not, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just go ahead and play the ooze quietly. Why did it splatter out that way? That was a bit of a bug. We're going to kill this guy for free. Let's heal up. Unfortunately, this is awkward because any one of my creatures will kill any one of my other 2. So Betrayal is a 2-for-1 here. Wait, what I want to do then is I want to put that in the middle. Because I'd rather have it survive since it has the most health. Yeah, we'll swing for 3. Okay, well my opponent needs a Betrayal to really even have a chance at staying in the game, I think. Anything else, I could just drop a Cult Master, replace all these guys with cards, and she's screwed. So she needs a Betrayal, and then other good stuff. Well, that's a start. Does she have the Betrayal that she needs? She doesn't. Does she have a backstab here? That would deal 4 damage. Jesus Christ. Okay, well this is pretty straightforward. So what I'm gonna do is play the Cult Master. Wait, can I win? What is this? 9? 10 damage. I can get her down to 2 health. I dare not risk it though, because a Fan of Knives would wipe my board. I would have to attack twice. Crap, I don't think I can risk that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and kill off the Wild Pyromancer. Well, no, let's keep the Wild Pyromancer around. It might actually come in handy. These are both essentially the same thing. We'll try to kill the Drake though, because it's the one that draws cards. Ah, perfect. So I can play Power of the Wild. This will deal a damage to everything. And that will actually kill off the Drake, put this down to... Ah, yeah, so let's do this. We're going to play this guy.
You shall not pass.
My minions' health all stays the same because they get buffed by 1 then damaged by 1. But it's actually kind of nifty because they're backstab proof. We're going to go ahead and kill off this guy. I don't want him around anymore. Earthen Ring Farseer. Oh, I didn't play around Betrayal. Shoot. This should not be in the middle. Although it is my... Actually, no, maybe it is because this is my most valuable creature. Well, we'll hold on to the Earthen Ring Farseer for now, just in case she does have some kind of mass removal. It'd be actually a little bit tricky for a rogue to mass remove this. But a Betrayal would say kill off 2 of my creatures. Yeah, you know, I probably should have just played this. I was maybe a bit overly cautious there. Alright, she's got a Sunwalker. I've already used my Keeper of the Grove. I think I have another one in the deck, don't I? Don't I have 2? I might be able to silence this and win the game. We'll see. Stampede Dakota whiffs. Well, what I'm going to do is... Yeah, well, doesn't actually matter how I pop the Divine Shield. We'll just do it this way. Then let's get rid of this guy. Draw a card. So Cult Master is making it rain here. Starfire. That will actually win me the game. I just need any kind of direct damage, and I got it. We'll use Claw. This also works. Oh, I've already attacked. Oops. Well, anyway, luckily I have enough mana for Starfire as well. Ah, there is the Keeper of the Grove, and that's GG. Well, we took down a rogue, which is good. I do respect rogues quite a bit. They're not my best class in the arena, but I have done very well with them. And that rogue, you know, didn't have much removal, which is fine. All she played against me was a Fan of Knives. And, well, she had the Deadly Poison and the Assassin's Blade, which I kept the ooze for all game, waiting for, and that paid out. Yeah, she didn't play any Backstab, she didn't play any Eviscerate, no Betrayal. She just didn't have any removal. Now, it's possible it was either all buried in the bottom of her deck, or, of course, maybe she just didn't see any in her draft, which sometimes happens, and that is very, very sad. That's one of the cool things about Shamans. They have a lot of removal. So you're likely to see something like Lightning Bolt, Rockbiter Weapon, Forked Lightning, something. Hex. And if you don't, then they still have good creatures. They have like Fire Elemental and Unbound Elemental, which are both terrific. Okay, we'll keep the swipe in case this is aggro, and we'll keep my 3-drops, even though I might end up wasting both of them, again in case of aggro. Off DP, of double penetration. I wonder what question that's an answer to. Mommy... never mind. Let's actually coin this out. The reason I want to coin this out is that if he plays after he plays a totem, I just want to be able to kill it. And killing off a totem is worth, I think, a use of the coin. Also for the qualitative benefit of establishing some board presence here. Mad Bomber. If the Mad Bomber kills this thing, so help me God. Well, not the end of the world. Yeah, that's fine. So it kind of hit everything, and that's just fine by me. So what we'll do here, I can think about an Innervate, but all I can really get out is a Farseer, which is a bit of a waste. So what we'll do here is just trade creatures, armor up, swing, and next turn I will go ahead and Innervate the Fen Creeper. So it's like I'm trading in my extra card I got for being second player for turn 3/6 with taunt, which seems fine to me. That's actually a pretty good answer to Fen Creeper, because the Fen Creeper doesn't quite kill it. But I think it's still fine for me to do. This will kill off some other threats that may be incoming, and now my Earthen Ring Farseers have a good target. This can, like, attack. Oh, is that a Hex? That's a Hex. Okay, well, never mind. Never mind all that. So, this is a bit of an unfortunate situation, because if I play one of my 3-drops here and he has any single overload card, it'll just die. Luckily, I drew into my Senjin. We'll play that quite happily here. So the nice thing is that if he doesn't buff this, and it attacks into the Senjin, or if I attack into it... Okay, he got it buffed. Of course he did. Of course. This is a bit annoying. I don't quite have the right answers for this situation. Because this is at 2 health, so swipe isn't going to tangentially finish it off. What I think I would like to do, actually, is do this. And start to work on these wolves. I do not want to... I don't want to hit this wolf, actually. Because, yeah, I don't want to hit that wolf, because it's going to die to either one of my creatures anyway. The fact that he got a 1-1 is amazingly good for him, because now, with what he has on the board, he can kill both of my creatures. He has Fort Lightnings. Oh, Jesus, that's terrible. Well, those unbound elementals are just pretty much overrunning me, just through pure, you know, unadulterated creature quality. He's actually going straight for the face, which I don't mind, which I can't blame him for, because I have to do this anyway. So, we're gonna hang in there, though. We're gonna get to kill this thing. And play this guy. And I could attack that to gear it up for a swipe. Or I can attack this and just kill it, but then it'll die. But then this will be ready for a swipe then. Aha. So we're gonna go ahead and just take the sure thing here. Seems good. I'm definitely behind. I'm behind on the board, and we have equal cards, and he's up to play. So unless I get card advantage with my swipe, I'm gonna be in a bit of trouble. Oh, Jesus. Stop having removal! Well, that's fine. That's actually totally fine. Okay, that's actually... Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, whew, that could have been a whole lot worse. Okay, so I think what I need to do here is just drop a ghoul and trade everything off. I could try to do something fancy, like... Yeah, I could claw this, but no, we're just gonna play a ghoul. A ghoul. Now the order is very important here. What you need to do is swipe the Cult Master, so that it dies first, so that your opponent doesn't get a card. Then we trade the creatures there. Well, now I'm hanging in there. So this is, the ghoul is vulnerable, of course, to Lightning Bolt and Hex and Rockbiter Weapon. Shamans and Fire Elemental, quite notably. Oh, Fire Elemental would just probably win him the game. I don't think I can come back if he has a Fire Elemental here. He plays those post-swipe, which is, of course, depressing, because those would have died. But, well, you know, that's his credit. He put so much pressure on me that I had to use the swipe. Starfire, not the greatest card here. Let's go ahead and, whoops, whoa. Let's go ahead and off and kill this. I'm not gonna bother hitting his 1/1s. We're just gonna start to put some damage on. I think it's important to do that. And I'm gonna play the Earthen Ring Farce here. Now the Ooze overextends me a bit against Lightning Storm. But I think actually I'd rather have, yeah, I think I'd rather have it on the board than not. I'm not going to use Claw to kill off either of these. I'm going to gamble that there will be a better target for Claw later. So now he needs a little bit of help, any kind of a buff, and he can take out my ghoul. Lightning Storm. Fuck me! Well, we got 2 coin flips here. I won them both. Well, that was a 25% chance, and it makes a huge difference because he had to finish off his creatures to kill my thing. So that coin flip, that 25% chance is definitely keeping me in the game. I will be honest, that is quite fortunate for me. I think I have to use, I was gonna say I have to use Starfire on this, but let's actually play the Ogre down. That seems even better. I get lucky again. He flips the only totem that I can kill off right away. Well, thanks to very good fortune, I'm staying in the game. However, I'm not gonna take away too much credit from myself because he did have a really insane opening with Unbound Elementals and a bunch of Overload cards. Well, the Knife Juggler, not the worst thing in the world at the moment. Hex, okay, are you kidding me? Jesus, he had 2 Hexes, a Lightning Storm, a Lightning Bolt, I think was in there somewhere. Forked Lightning, no. Ugh, so annoying. Well, crap. Ironbark Protector seems fine here. I could use Claw to finish this off in one go, but I'll gamble that I can just finish off with my hero ability next turn. And if not, I can use Claw next turn. It's not the end of the world. So he has 5 damage here. Again, if he has a Fire Elemental, he probably just wins the game because he can trade both these things in. Fire Elemental. Well, it'll be close, actually, because Starfire will kill the Fire Elemental and draw me a card. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll be okay. Earth Elemental, that's a pretty good card. He's gonna now probably get a Knifling. No, man, I am getting so lucky. Because now, since the Knifling's all missed, this guy actually lives, which is a really huge deal. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and Starfire the Knife Juggler, so that it's not super easy for him. Well, Keeper of the Grove would have been pretty good there before I used that. Damn it. Well, we're gonna kill this thing, obviously. I think I'll use Hero Ability on this. And we'll play a Crocolisk there. Yeah, so this would have been a much, much better way of killing the Knife Juggler than the Starfire, of course, but... Well, I can't have everything, can I? I got very, very lucky as is that 2 Knifelings both missed the Ironbark Tiger. So there was like 2 times when I got 25% odds. And I might still lose. Forked Lightning with the Spell Damage Totem is very good. Oh my god. Okay, well, he's still... considering how unlucky he's been, it's a credit to this player that he's still, like, basically winning. I mean, I need answers now to this stuff. And I need them pretty much right away. Keeper of the Grove. I could ping this twice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
I must safeguard the land. I must safeguard the land.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to Claw and Hero Ability. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Hero Ability him in the face. It doesn't make sense to do his minions because obviously they just get healed up. And then next turn, Claw plus Hero Ability will kill off the Windspeaker. So these guys are not the most impressive things in the world. Ah, there's the Fire Elemental. Okay, I don't think I have any more Starfires. I've made sure not to take more than one. So now 6-5 I just can't deal with. This guy gets healed up. So Claw will still finish it off, which is good. Savage Roar. Yeah, it's not going to help. But Claw
For the wild.
will do it. And, well, that's all I can do. So I'm going to probably lose the game, because now he kills off my creature. We're in a top deck war, and all I have is a Druid Bloodlust. So, yeah, I got very lucky against this guy, but he just had too many good cards. That's why I lost. What are you going to do? Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before more of those came in. All the luck in the world. It wasn't going to save me there against all these Fire Elementals. Alright, that is it. He deserves a well played. He did have a very good deck.
Well played.
Of DP. Mommy, what are babies made of? Honey, they're made of double penetration. Alright, so we're still at 5. Same actually as where I was with my mage. I think this deck is a little bit better than my mage deck, though, so I should be able to get farther. Man, I feel like this deck can make it to 7. It's got a few issues. Some Wraths would have been nice. Did I not see any in the draft? I don't think I saw a single Wrath, did I? Or at least I haven't been drawing them. Either way, some Wraths would be nice, for sure.
Let the hunt begin. I must protect.
I could use a few more games where I get, like, Innervate. Alas, that's not to be. So I'm not going to throw away the Swipe, but I'm not going to keep those things. Well, I'll keep this. This is removal as well. So I'll keep. That's a keeper. Especially because it kills off Buzzards and Hyenas. Alright, we got a play on turn 1, which is nice. That will at least save some life. Alright, no super aggro start for my opponent. Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and do this, and the reason is, while I will totally coin out a Wild Growth on turn 1, there's no reason to do it right here, because I don't have a turn 2 play at the moment. So, there's not really much point in using up the coin if I don't have to. So here comes the Wild Growth. And passing the turn. So now next turn I can Keeper of the Grove and pick off this Hyena. If that is what happens, it'll be a pretty good start to the game. He got the bear. I actually wouldn't have minded him to get the Charging Pig here, because then I could have killed it off with my Keeper. Swipe, unfortunately, doesn't really do it here, so we're just going to go ahead and do this.
Safeguard the land.
Unfortunately, if he does have a way of killing off this taunt, the bear will get to kill my Keeper, which would be a bit sad. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm actually in pretty good shape. Next turn I can coin out an Argent Commander and just kill off the Misha. Another Animal Companion. Alright, I think he was hoping for the Charger, didn't get it. That's fine by me. I'm gonna kill off my taunt and play a Timberwolf. Well, that's fine. I can take care of business there. So here we can coin out an Argent Commander, kill off the bear that way, pop Divine Shield, and then use the Keeper of the Grove to kill off this Timberwolf. It'll get a 2 health, then the Leok will be able to finish off the Keeper of the Grove, and with some help, it could even kill off the Argent Commander. Another option, though, is actually to play a swipe on the Misha. Then I save my coin, and the Timberwolf dies. This goes down to 3 health. If this could go down to 2 health... Oh, that's interesting. This go down to 3 health. I could then coin out Hero ability, attack down to 1. This won't have the buff anymore because the wolf will be dead, and then this will be at 1 health. So would I rather have this at 2 and this as a 4/3, but this thing totally alive, or just this at 1 health but everything else clear? I think actually really depends on whether or not I foresee the swipe being useful later on. And I do foresee it being useful later on. So let's go ahead and coin out the commander. Kill off Misha. Kill off the wolf. Alright, so I got some card advantage here. Because I killed 2 of his creatures, but neither of my creatures died in the process. It was probably very fortunate that this came up Leok, because had it in the bear or the charging pig, I wouldn't have been able to kill the wolf off this turn. Hound Master, man, when I play as Hunter, I never pull off any Hound Master shenanigans. He's going for my face. I guess I can't blame that move, but it does then allow me to convert my creatures into cards. Let's actually do this one first, just in case something comes up. I shouldn't go, nuts. I guess I could have used this in Claw. Oh god, well, I could have used Claw plus this guy to finish off the Leok and left a 2/2 on the field to smack into that thing. Yeah, Claw doesn't quite kill that, sadly. So we're just going to go ahead and do this and attack. So I've got pretty amazing card advantage here. The board's even, but card-wise, I've got 2 extra cards in my hand, soon to be 3. So he needs to get some very high-value plays going, or else he's going to be in trouble. I've also got pretty good stuff here. I've got removal, and I've got some pretty solid creatures. So he's just going to trade the Cult Master. I guess he had no removal for it. He has a 3rd Animal Companion. Well, he's got good cards in this deck. He, again, gets probably the worst one under the circumstances. And let's think. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Yeah. That would be, what, 6 of my mana? Yeah, we're just going to do it, though. I think this is just too good not to do. So I can swipe this, and then... Oh my god, does that happen before the Wild Pyromancer? Well, that's not nearly as good as I thought it would be. If I claw, my Pyromancer will die. Ah, crap. Well, had I realized that it goes in that order. I thought it was after you cast a spell, so like after I cast it, that should happen before anything else. Ah, damn it, that's annoying. Well, balls. Yeah, that sucks. I would say that is not an obvious interaction of the game. What I'm going to do here, though, is just play this for some protection, and we'll hero ability up and finish off the Hyena. So I'm a bit low on health, but I'm a Druid. I get some health back. My board is again dominating. I still have extra cards compared to my opponent, and I feel like him being a Hunter and likely having a more aggressive deck, this is likely to favor me the longer it goes. I've already got my Windfury Harpy. There's still an Ogre and an Ironbark Protector in here that my opponent will likely have trouble dealing with. Deadly Shot would be pretty good for him. It'd let him kill off my big creature and put me down to 14 health. Looks like he does not have it, which is good for me. He's got that instead, which is just fine. And a Steady Shot. Okay. I think my health is fine. What I'll do here is start the Questing Adventure and Starfire. I could have done the Ghoul alternatively, but I'd rather get the Questing Adventure started because he gains health when he gets buffed. So for him it's more like a thing where if my opponent doesn't have a removal spell in 3 cards, then that Questing Adventure is just gonna straight up run away with things. Ooh, my opponent did not have what he needed. Well, let's go ahead and I think I really would like to taunt here, just in case something happens. We'll make a Flesh-Eating Ghoul as well, and heal up. I'll ignore this Acolyte of Pain. I think hitting for 6 damage is a lot more valuable than taking care of this thing, especially because either one of my other creatures can also do the job. Here comes the buzzard. Animal companion number 4. Wow, he got a lot of those. This is like another Leok. That's like the 3rd one. My opponent's probably not happy about that. Secret. Alright, I'll have to play around that. For sure. It could be a snake trap, which would sort of suck. Well... Stampeding Kodo can't kill this unless I kill that, but I can't kill that without attacking a minion. Well, we're just going to have to go for it, I think. Let's go ahead and see what the secret is. Okay, it's not Snake Trap. It is Explosive Trap. All my stuff survives, though, which is nice. Okay. Let's play the Kodo. I kill the buffing thing, which is fine. So what that means is that I can kill the... Can I win here? What is this? 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can go up to 17 if I counted right. Did 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then I can play one more card. 17, and this card makes it 18. Yeah, I don't quite do enough. Let me just count that one more time, because it's a bit confusing. So it's 3... 6, 9, 16, and then this added 17. Yeah, I'm 1 point short. So we'll just kill the acolyte here. We'll claw up to kill the buzzard. Hero ability up as well. No. Oh wait, do I want to attack with the ghoul? Maybe. A bit close. Sorry about that, folks. I wanted to take the time to make sure I didn't miss the win, because potentially my opponent could still get like a mind control attack or something or other, or like another explosive trap plus removal for this or whatever, or like a silence and catch back up. Seeing a lot of these Ironforge riflemen. That's the 2nd one in this arena. Damn. Yokita the Hunter is just gonna steady shot me. Well, in that case, it's over. And there we go. Now we say well played, and that is that. So here we are at that exciting place where we're at 6-2, wondering if we're gonna get to go home with a crown of victory or the stockade of shame. I don't know what kind of garments would be appropriate here. The crown of triumph or the fanny pack of disgrace. Okay, who are up against Warlock? Sniped again. That's nifty. I wonder if that person's annoyed at playing against Hunter Secrets. So previously, in another life, I would have said that I'm happy to play against Warlocks because they're not super great. But in my new life, I'm finding that Warlocks are quite scary. I'm actually going to keep this hand, and I'll tell you why. So Claw is early removal. This is removal on turn 4. And then this, I'm keeping him mainly because he's just a 3-drop. I want to make sure, like, I don't want to mulligan these 2 guys and then come back up with like a Boulder Fistogre and an Ironbark Protector. I think these should be alright. So, Wind Fury Harpy. Yeah, I would have mulliganed into that. That would have sucked. So, no turn 1 Blood Imp, no turn 1 Flame Imp. That's good news, I think. This deck is actually decent at killing Blood Imps. We've got Stampeding Kodos, which will do it. And we've also got Swipe, which will do it as well. I forget how many swipes I have. I think I have 2, but maybe I just have the 1. This thing hits pretty hard. It hits for 4 damage if my opponent doesn't deal with it. And if he deals with it, then he's not playing other stuff, so that's a win-win either way. Raging Organ's a pretty good answer to this thing, because of course I can attack, survive, and turn on Wind Fury. Luckily for me, I have Claw. So we'll do this, and then kill that thing. Well, I'd say that we're off to a good start. I haven't been rushed down to death. I think my only fear is that this is like a control Warlock of some kind, but I've got late game and mid game, so I should be okay. Pretty much all I'm lacking other than this is removal, so if you play something really, really scary, I might be in trouble, but other than that, I'm ready to drop this down, protect my attacker, and just hit for 4 damage a turn. Sense Demons. Alright, he's getting some card advantage against me. What I'm going to do, instead of playing the Senjin, I'm actually going to just go ahead and play this guy. I mean, there's a risk to this, of course. But I feel like I am the aggro in this game, so I want to just keep this board totally clear. and hit as hard as I can. I'm hitting for 6 damage a turn now. It's, I mean, it's starting to get a bit scary for him, especially because I got this, the Yeti, the Senjin, all these big creatures. I pretty much just have to win through creature overwhelmtion. That is a word I want to patent. Overwhelmtion. Okay, now these are swipe proof. Stampeding Kodo could still take one of them out, but this is going to start to get really ugly here in just a moment if I don't... Oh man, I just don't have any way. I don't think I saw any Starfalls, did I? Soulfire. Okay, so that actually is really unfortunate because he doesn't care about discarding cards. It just makes absolutely no difference. Okay, what we'll do here is just play Ascension. It's not using up all my mana, but I don't value that super highly at the moment. I just really want to try to keep a lid on the board. This is actually an aggressive deck. Wow, he's got the Leper Gnome, he had the Voodoo Doctor, 2 Blood Imps. I guess he just didn't see any of his stuff on turn 1, so lucky us. If these had been out on turn 1 and turn 2, this would have sucked. He might actually still win this game. If he continues to have removal for my stuff, I'm in really big trouble. Although the Ironbark might be good. And if the Senjin survives a turn and this thing is, I guess, gets to drop, that could be good as well. The old Wind Fury Gambit. Ah, don't point stuff. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm okay with that. So this will get to kill my Senjin on the next turn, but all I wanted was for the Wind Fury Harpy to be able to drop, with the Taunter still in play. So he can kill this engine, but this is only 2 damage. He'd need 3 extra damage to kill off the Harpy. He'd need like a Shadow Bolt or Soulfire or something or other. Demon Fire? Alright, still has 5 mana. Does he have an answer for this thing? Fuck! Oh my god, he has it. Well, he's gonna win now. Yeah. He just had too much good stuff. Crap. Well, Fen Creeper's a good drop. Unfortunately, it just leaves me with 2 mana. Oh, that actually is good. Okay, I will do it because I do have something good to do here. Let's get rid of this Leper Gnome. So I actually have sort of kind of card advantage against him, but he has... This board presence is just ridiculous. This thing was amazingly good. Ah, damn it. Yeah, if I don't draw some like Starfire or Swipe to kill like this or this, I'm going to be in trouble. Shadow Bolts? He's just going to do that, which is totally reasonable. And it looks like he's going to put that back in to get the Battle Cry again. Fair enough. So do I play the Ironbark Protector here? I think it seems a bit all-in-y. Let's... Man, this stuff hits all these 5-mana creatures. You know what? I'm actually just going to put this down. What I know that he has is something that will freeze this. But if this card doesn't help him kill it, he'd have to actually run in both of his creatures to take care of this thing. So yes, of course, you know, this can't attack next turn, so I'm going to be stopped from killing off one of his creatures. But that's better, I think, than the alternative, which is getting hit for like 10 damage. I could still win this game, but because he had such good cards, I might not be able to finish him off here. I needed him to let my Wind Fury Harpy attack 1 turn, and he did not. So Cult Master is interesting. I think I need to play that this turn. So we're going to go ahead and play the Questing Adventure. Crap, if I play one of these, I'm 1 mana short of playing the Cult Master. Is that worth it? Well, all I can kill is anything that has 3 health, and this stuff all has way more. So what I'll do here is just put down as much as I can then. So the Cult Master would have been cool because, assuming he didn't have a silence for this, he would have had to kill it, and I would have gotten to draw a card. But I think it was more valuable to put more stuff onto the field. Oh man, if he actually trades all that stuff in for the Ironbark, that would be amazing. He's trading them both in. Alright, perfect. So does he have removal for the Flesh-Eating Ghoul? He's going to have to be a bit careful. This thing is getting kind of large. Pit Lord is not going to do it. He must have an answer for this, otherwise I am just going to kill him next turn. This is 9 damage. So I imagine he had some kind of a plan after playing the Pit Lord and dealing 5 damage to himself, either a taunt or some kind of removal. Oh no, I think he messed up. He's fishing for a card. Oh my gosh, I think we're going to win because our opponent, well, depends on what he has with 4 mana, but we might just win because the opponent just stone cold messed up. That might be what's about to happen right now. Because yeah, he was at 9 health. Oh my god, he messed up. Well, We luck our way into 7 wins. I think if he hadn't played the Pit Lord, he had a really good chance of winning that game. Like a really, really, really good chance. Wow, that was crazy. That was not the luckiest for sure, but I think one of the luckiest games that we've seen so far on this channel, actually. Because he came out behind in the opening, got massive card advantage in the board presence, and came out ahead in the mid game. He was poised to win just through board presence. And then he faltered and played the Pit Lord and then didn't have a way to stop me from dealing 9 damage, so... Whew. Well, I'll take the win however I can get it. Here up against a warrior. Harrow the warrior. I guess because the last game was harrowing. Okay, anyway. Looks like we're going to be coining out a Wild Growth on turn 1 and passing all this stuff back. Much as I would like to keep the Kodo, in another life I would have. It's just too slow. I just don't think you can keep 5 drops in your hand anymore unless you have a very specific set of cards. I really just don't think you can do it. Okay, this is nice. I don't want to play the Wild Pyromancer and then have Wild Growth damage everything, so we're going to just coin out the Wild Growth. Oh, yep, okay. Never mind. So if I Wild Growth now... I mean, the fact that he's got this in the deck means this is going to be an aggro deck. So what I could do is I could coin out the Wild Pyromancer, try to trade. Or I could play the Wild Pyromancer next turn and coin to basically use the coin as removal for this and any other junk drops he might play. So we'll do that. We're gonna play this. We're gonna hang it steady here. Let's not Wild Growth or any of that. And then we'll have removal for this in the form of Wild Pyromancer. It's a shame I don't have anything to play with the coin. But oh wait, no, wait a minute, what am I doing? I don't need to use the Wild Pyromancer. Let's just do this. Yeah, that's fine. You know, maybe I should have just coined Wild Growthed. Yeah, then I could have shapeshifted this turn. Would I rather have an extra crystal or this guy on the field? I don't know, hard to say. That's a pretty nice use of that guy. Quite unfortunate. Alright, the Ooze is not getting played for sure. Oh shoot, I really should have played that Wild Growth, I think. But let's go ahead and coin out the Yeti. If I had coined out the Wild Growth, I would not need to use the coin. The Wild Growth would have already been played. The coin would have already been lost, but then I could have just played the Yeti. Anyway, I think we're still okay here. We'll likely have a chance next turn to play Wild Growth. And the Yeti is likely to be a 2-for-1 or more against my opponent, which is a-okay by me. Pretty much the only way to avoid that is either to use a weapon or slam and execute. Alright, that only deals 4 damage. He's going to go right past me, which I can't really blame him for. Alright, let's think about this here. I think we'll kill off the harder hitting creature. We'll play Wild Growth here. And I'm going to just go ahead and drop the Wild Pyromancer. I don't have any spells here, so I'm not going to screw myself with him just yet. And if my opponent wants to trade the Crazed Alchemist for the Pyromancer, well then that's fine. The Yeti will get to kill something else. Oh man, I just opened myself wide open to a cleave. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. No cleave, but that's pretty much just as bad. And he's going to kill off my Yeti to keep his 4-power creature alive. Very fair. Luckily, I have Argent Commander. This is using that to kill a 5-drop is totally fine. 4-2 is not the most impressive thing to kill with that, but whatever. We'll take the kill while we can get it. He seems to be pretty aggressive, so might as well slow him down wherever we can. It's the old Argent Commander versus Argent Commander exchange. I don't want to use Starfire, especially now that I drew the Crocolisk. Let's actually play the Fen Creeper. That holds back the Argent Commander very nicely. And then this Crocolisk survives cleaves. So that should be good. I could Starfire, but I'd honestly rather play the Boulder Festoger. And of course the Ooze I'm not going to play. As I've said many times before, if my opponent has no weapons and he's a warrior, then he's going to lose because a warrior with no weapons is going to lose. Period. But if my opponent has weapons, I want to be able to Ooze them up. Alrighty, well, here I think the move is the following. I'm going to pick off the Divine Shield with my hero ability. I will use Starfire then to finish off this Taunter. That is my whole turn, but it is card advantage because I drew a card and I killed something. We'll do that and finally actually put the first damage on the board this game, which is nice. Now, I don't mind this situation. I'm not super open to cleave because this thing does have 3 health, so it seems pretty good. He's got 5 cards to my 4, soon to be 5, and I've got the board advantage, so all he has going for him is the fact that he's up to play, so he needs good cards right here. That is a start because it allows him to get some card value there, and he's actually getting it even more. That's annoying. I'm a minute shy of being able to play the Senjin and the Ogre, which is what I'd like to do. We'll see if I get a good card. Stampede Kodo is actually really good here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we kill that with the Kodo. That means we're going to kill off the Loot Hoarder ourselves, and Kodo will kill that. And we're back in the game. I'm not going to play the Ooze, because again, if he has no weapons, then I'm going to beat him, because a warrior without weapons is just terrible. And then if he does have a weapon, of course, I want to save the Ooze for it. And then when I play the Ooze, he's going to be like, oh, he's got the Ooze, but really I was holding on to that all game, baby. You don't got no excuses. I got Savage Roar here. The problem is that even if I get both of these to stick, it's still not actually going to be enough damage because he's at like full health. What is that going to be, like 3, 6, 10, plus another 12 or another 8? Yeah, it's just not enough. This looks actually really good for a swipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold back the Ogre for one more turn. We're going to play the Senjin. Going to go ahead and kill off the Golem like that. Now I'm going to use Hero Ability there. And then the swipe kills off everything. That is swipe at its finest. We're tied on cards in the hand. I have 2 extra creatures on the board. So he's even further behind than he was a few turns ago when I said that he needed to have really, really good cards in order to stay in it. Twilight Drake is a 4/3, not the most impressive thing here. Cult Master will need to die, of course. I can't afford to let him get any cards. Alright, here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use Savage Roar as like a bad removal spell for the Cult Master. And I'm not going to get greedy. I could, of course, let the Senjin go down to 1 health and keep the Kodo around. Actually, I'm going to do that. I am going to get greedy. So, a creature that's almost dead is better than a creature that's already dead. I could have played the Wind Fury Harpy and, like, kept the Savage Roar and tried to get the killing blow. That would have been, like, what? 12, 17, 22, plus, like, 3, so 25, but I mean, he still would have been alive, and I think it was better to take his creatures off the board and win the old-fashioned way. This is very good right here. It deals 8 damage a turn. He needs to deal with it. It's not the easiest creature to deal with. I find that, like, psychologically, when there's a creature that has low stats for its mana cost, you tend to think of it as being worse than it really is. You're like, oh, it's only a 4/5 for 6, ew. But realistically, like, a 4/5 in objective turns is, you know, it's pretty large. It's quite big. So this is not the easiest creature to kill. And the fact that it deals 8 damage a turn is kind of amazing. Okay, well, here I think what I'm going to do is heal up my Senjin. That allows it to hit this buffed up gnome. I'll finish it off. And I'm going to be a little bit risky. I'm going to just hit for a lot and play the Ogre. So that now this Taunter is putatively holding up against the Defender of Argus. Like, if I had a choice, do I take 3 damage off of this or kill off the Senjin? I think I'd rather just kill off the Senjin at this point, because the Wind Fury Harpy is so valuable. So does he have a mind control tech to steal one of my creatures? That would be probably that and Brawl would be his best possible outs. He's going to get to charge with an Amani Berserker. Well, that's not really the greatest thing in the world, unfortunately for him. The Wind Fury Harpy will survive the turn. It means now that the Defender of Argus will get to kill off the Farseer. But they do just trade. So this is... Oh, wow, he's going to go for me? Maybe this makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like a playing to your outs sort of a thing. All right. With 1 card, a Warrior cannot kill me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it easy here. I'm going to use the Claw to kill that. A Warrior cannot deal 12 damage with a single card. And we're going to swing here. Did I miss the win? No, I could have dealt another 3/6 damage. He could have been at 2 health, but I think it was more important to take off the charging creature, of course. because you don't want him to charge in with stuff. Well, that isn't going to do it for him. And he's going to choose death. That was pretty much the only choice he had. Oh man, it feels so good to like do well in the arena. Gold, Well and Growth. I actually would probably use that card. That's cool. Oh man, it feels so good to do well in the arena. It's been a hard weekend, I would say, but I think we're coming back into the groove. I think we're going to be okay. Because there was the successful run at the end of my Red Eye Marathon, then I had a bad run with Mage, and then this good run with Druid. So in my last 3 runs, if you look at it, I think I'm doing fine. There was the frustration with aggro period, and I think we weathered it okay. So priests, I'm gonna just I'm not gonna take a vacation from them the way that I take a vacation from hunters and paladins and warlocks, but I will definitely play them a little bit less often now, just because they are not very good against aggro at all. Your Holy Nova is like the only hope you have. Well, this isn't the greatest start, but it's also not the worst start. Since my priestly opponent is not going to have weapons, I can feel very comfortable about just playing this on turn 2. That'll be especially nice if the turn 1 play here is a Northshire Cleric. I'm threatening to kill it then. And then this I kept it around because it's removal, so I wanted to keep it. This I mulliganed into, I'm not super thrilled with. I guess it's still an upgrade compared to the Ironbark Protector that I had, but it's still not the greatest. Okay, so let's see what he's got for the coin.
Wanna blow something up?
Mad Bomber, alright. I win the Mad Bomber war. The Wild Pyromancer is a bit of an annoying card. There is a chance that I'll regret it later, that I don't have it to combo with Swipe or something, but I'd like to just get rid of it so I can play my cards without fear. So let's see if I can trade that off against the Mad Bomber here. That thing. Well, it's okay, I think, because next turn I could play the Ooze, but it seems just as good to just take the turn to pop that thing off. This guy's also playable, but let's go ahead and use removal rather than killing things. So, or excuse me, kill things rather than just play mediocre creatures. So let's see what he wants to do now. He's got the 1/1 that survived the opening. Next turn I can play the Ooze, use the hero ability to finish this off. The Ooze doesn't hold up very well against the Golem. However, the Keeper of the Grove the following turn will finish the damaged Golem, so I don't mind this as much. Lucky I haven't seen any Shadow Word Pains yet. Of course, he might be like me in my last Priest run. Oh, I forgot. I also had that bad Priest run in there. Yeah, where I didn't see any Shadow Word Pains or Holy Novas. That stung. Okay, so if the Golem runs in, as I suspect he will, then the Keeper of the Grove will just ping off the Golem and it'll be fine. Then the Commander drops the turn after that. Lightwell. Well, that's tempting to silence. Oh, man. Well, okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a change of plans, so we're going to kill that thing. It cannot be targeted by hero spells and stuff, but it can be targeted by creature spells for some reason. So down it goes. This Lightwell would have been nice to silence, but, well, you know, Starfire will kill it. Mind Games. Well, oh, jeez, that's an Ironbark Protector. I'm going to be in a heap of trouble. Cult Master. Oh, that's actually a really good drop for him. This is an aggro deck. With that thing in here, and he's drawing a card off the Cult Master. Damn. That was a very, very good drop for him. Luckily for me, I have a pretty good answer. Now, if he has any more buffing, this 1-drop will trade in for my 6-drop, which is quite sad, but if he doesn't, next turn I can drop a Flesh-Eating Ghoul hero ability and finish this thing off. Damn it, he has it. Oh, that's just the worst. He still has 2 mana. Hopefully he doesn't have anything with 2 mana. Yes! He has nothing with 2 mana. Alright. So I could drop some of these creatures. I could drop a pair of them, but they don't hold up well against the Dwarf. Now, the Ogre does. So does the Windfury Harpy. I think Starfire here would just be a bit too slow. So he plays a really good card next turn. Then what do I do? Let's go ahead and drop a Windfury Harpy. This can kill the Dwarf and keep on swinging. The Ogre, and it also cannot be killed by Shadow Word Death, which the Ogre can be, so might as well dodge some of the Priest removal. Holy Fire would kill it, but Holy Fire is a rare. Ah, he's going to silence it. Well, it's still a 4/5. Yeah, this is a very aggressive curve for my opponent. Keeper of the Grove. I could silence Lightwell, but I honestly just don't care about it that much. Let's go ahead and kill the Dark Iron Dwarf. And, oh, I should have played the Flesh... No, I don't want to play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. What am I talking about? I want to just play my other thing. The attacking is totally pointless. The Lightwell will just heal whatever I hit. So the Harpy got to kill a dwarf, and it may kill another creature, or it may eat a removal card, like a Holy Smite. I'd of course prefer it to kill a creature. And if the Panther pops out of stealth, then the Keeper of the Grove is basically the perfect answer to it. He has his own ogre. Here's where I really need a swipe, actually. Because with a swipe, I can trade my ogre into his ogre and swipe this to finish the ogre off. So I think I forgot to count. Do I have 2 swipes or 1 swipe? I have at least 1 swipe. That would be the best card for me to draw. And I actually draw it. Oh my god. Well, I can't complain about luck here. So we're going to go ahead and run in like this. Yes. Then we're going to swipe. What do I swipe, actually? So I could swipe this, and then it'll die, of course, and this will go down to 4. And then I can play the Keeper of the Grove and silence it? I don't really want to do that. Or I could play swipe on this. This will go down to 2 health. Keeper of the Grove will finish it off. This will be at 1, but I don't have enough mana to finish it off. So yeah, might as well just kill the actual creature. And what I'm actually going to do here is, rather than playing the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, I'm actually going to heal this guy up. The reason for that is I would like for it to survive against a Holy Nova and a Holy Smite. So I'm kind of getting a 2 for the price of 1. Now I hit the Lightwell because that way if the Lightwell had healed him, this would be at 3 health. I could finish it off. Sadly, that was not to be. I'll probably take do I want to sacrifice 6 damage to finish this thing off? Man, I really don't want to do that. But I might have to do that.
Hold the might of Stormwind.
Okay. These are both at 6 health, which is a bit maddening, because Starfire will not finish either one of them off, but I'm at 10 health, so now I can actually play this, damage 2, run in, or I could play the Cult Master. Let's actually play the Cult Master. I think we'll do the Flesh-Eating Ghoul right here. This seems fine. We'll do the Flesh-Eating Ghoul right now. We'll do the trade, draw a card, throw the Ghoul. Another Farseer? Nope. I think what I want to do is actually play this guy. Attacking with him is pointless. Whatever he hits will get healed up. So we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, so this guy hits for 4, this hits for 4. I'm pretty safe against Holy Nova. Deathwing! Oh, Jesus. Well, that definitely sucks. 12 health is a lot of health to chew through. I've got 2 damage, 5, 7 damage, 8, 9 damage. The problem is that if I hit, I have to use the claw to hit it. If this hits me twice, then I lose. Well, let's start with here and draw a card. See what we can get to help us out. Ironbark Protector is actually pretty good. That would have actually been great to have at the start of the turn. Unfortunately, I can't play it now. Balls. Well, what we're going to do here is think. I think what I need to do is actually just play this. And the reason for that is that the Ironbark Protector... wait a minute. No. Shit. The Priest can heal this up to 9, so the Ironbark Protector is not quite enough high, but then this will actually finish it off. The Priest gets to heal it twice, to 9, then to 11. This will be at 3 health. I'm going to have to use the Earthen Ring Farseer. Damn it. Well, we're going to pass a turn. I'm going to keep Claw around just in case I do need to remove a little creature. Man, this is going to be potentially the second time that I've lost to Deathwing. Fuck! He gets to heal it 3 times now before the Ironbark protects it. God damn it. No, the Ironbark doesn't protect it. The Ironbark stands in its way. Lord of the Arena is an intriguing possibility. The issue with that is that if there's any kind of buff on the Darkscale healer, then the Deathwing swings through the kill. I think I have to go for it, though. I think I just have to go for it. And what I can do now is maybe... Well, let's think. I can play this and deal 2 damage to the healer and then finish it off. This will go down to 5, heal up to 7. I drop this, heals up to 9. Well, you know what? You have to get lucky to win. So I'm going to play to my outs. My outs is that I'm going to draw some more removal. In time. And then he's not going to draw anything to help him deal with stuff, right? That thing has taunt now, which is hilarious. And he's going to get to heal up to 10, so I'm going to have to use my Ironbark Protector and this to finish this thing off. Swipe! Well, that's exactly the out that I needed, so we're going to get to do this. And I'm actually going to do this right now. that way, even after he heals it, the Ironbark Protector still kills it. So he needs to, for one more turn, not have an answer to Ironbark Protector. That is not an answer to Ironbark Protector, so I'm still in the game, although this is a pretty big creature. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of in trouble now. It's going to be very difficult for me to kill this thing off. Well, I might get my own big creatures, although I think I've actually played all my big stuff this turn, haven't I? Damn it. Let's think about this, actually. I think maybe I want to swipe this, and then Claw will finish that off. No, I think I need to do is this. I'm going to do that. Then... Savage Roar? Killed that. I don't want to use Claw yet, because I might need the attacking potential. He can get me down to 3 health. Deathwing. Well, I think I have to raise my appraisal of that card. I mean, Druids are like literally the worst class in the game at dealing with Deathwing, in terms of how many outs they have. So I can't hold it too much against myself, but that is kind of annoying that I was pretty much in the game and then Deathwing single-handedly won it for him. Innervate is not helpful here. That is the game. So this is going to be one of the very rare 8-win arenas, but I'll take it because I am losing gold hand over fist, so I actually wouldn't mind some more. And it still increases my stats overall, so that's good. 2 good things in my books. If you enjoyed the video, please like and or subscribe, and if you want to stick around for Papa Boris's hour of fun time and magic, let's go ahead and see what reward we're going to get here. Hopefully it's lots of gold. Alright, no dust. This is a lot. 180 plus 100 is 280 gold. I will happily accept that. That is really nice. And let's take a look at our pack. Oh, it's another legendary! Holy crap, that's awesome! And a golden epic. Wow, that's cool. Oh my lord, that's like 2 legendaries very close to each other, actually. This is a very good pack. 2 rares, a common, and an epic, and a legendary. Golden, no less. Wow. Well, when it rains, it pours. That's so awesome. I'm so happy I got that guy. That's actually a really good, very playable one for Paladins. So, let's see how I'm doing on those. Just the one. So I'm not going to disenchant it just yet, but I may disenchant it later on. What do we just get? Ah, Tyrion, that's right, the legendary. So he's very good. Very happy to have him. Quite a few Paladin decks do throw him in there. That's really nifty. And for the Warlock, we got the summoning, the Shadow Flame. So now I have a regular one and a golden one. So, well, if I get one more regular one, then the golden one can get disenchanted. Well, that was really great. This is like twice now that like I get a really good card in the pack after a good arena. Obviously, the packs are totally random. You can always get a legendary even after a bad arena, but it's kind of nice. It like puts the emotional cherry atop the emotional sundae when you get a really good card in the pack you get off an awesome arena. Great! So let's take a sneak peek at our next one then. My fondness for the arena has been revitalized. Warrior, Shaman, or Paladin? Man, I've passed on so many Shamans. I think I'm going to go on vacation from Paladin. It's just not giving me good results, so we might just go ahead and play Shaman again, or Warrior, because it's been a while. We'll see. Alright, thank you again for watching. Please like and or subscribe if you had fun. I know I did, and I'll see you next time. Till then.